I want to close this session by thanking all the speakers, and we'll open for a few questions. But I want to just compliment the IGNOU for 2 or 3 things. One, UNESCO recently called IGNOU as the largest vocational and open university in the world. So compliments. And the repositioning of IGNOU as a people's university with 6 channels of Gyan Darshan, if I understand correctly, the Gyan Vani, the very beautifully produced Open Letter, which is a magazine which IGNOU brings out, and the very interesting areas like tying up with Army, tying up with various partner institutions, which Professor Rangappa also mentioned, to improve the access to people, and even unimaginable areas, paramedics, cardiology, all kinds of new areas. I think the institute, the university is repositioning quite well, and it's serving an important national need. And I think this network which Professor Rangappa mentioned in terms of reaching out to different partner institutions and creating this knowledge network which Professor Srivatsam indicated in his opening speech is all going to lead to a new era in the higher education scenario. And now open up to 5 questions from you. Yes, first question.
As all respected vice chancellors are here, I would like to ask one simple question: that how many universities are using induction and training program for new recruited teachers, especially ICT training? In the same question, I would like to add one thing: how many of your universities are giving the training for old teachers who not like to learn all these things? That I would like to know. Thank you.
Has been conducting regularly. We have one special unit called Staff Training Research Institute in Distance Learning. It is an old thing, and almost all the faculty or staff, anybody coming, are put through the programs of that. Not only that, their programs, they also conduct some PG diploma and other programs in this. And whenever any other universities ask, and whenever open distance learning programs of other universities, for example, we have Vidyasagar, lots of universities use the distance education council mode of this. We conduct trainings for them as far as the ODL mode is concerned. So it's a standing edifice. However, I would not say its present subject, the syllabus or mode are up to date. We are working to modernize. As and when these new systems get inducted, new mode of like web proctoring, mentoring, all these things come, new mode of contextualized SMS services are generated, we need to update all these programs. And in that, all of you can be partners also.
It's a very good question. Recently, I was listening to a speech of a very simple industrialist who said that the medical representatives keep on educating the doctors. But who educates our teachers? So I think it is a very interesting question which you asked. Next question. Yeah, please.
Yes. Sir, it's only my experience, not to blame anybody or anything actually. My wife wanted to do some course from the Open University, and her aspirations came to a close. Because of some running from pillar to post, myself, my wife, both together, I don't know what were the situations at that time, but she has tried her best to show, though she is only 10th class passed, she wanted to graduate herself and called to be a graduate, as I am in engineering. So she tried her best about years back, some years. I don't want to name the university, but still, I don't blame them also. It is our bad luck that my wife could not do it. But however, those irregularities I have brought to the notice of the higher ups. Sir, why my wife had to run from pillar to post, from door to door, knock all the doors. But however, she could not get the, say I told you that everything was closed. Anyhow, these irregularities, I request the authorities to take care of it.
Would you like to
see that?
I think this is our mandate. Just have a seat, please.
No problem.
This is our mandate, and for all the courses, even in the open university and the flexible system. So what I tried, even the IGNU has got for the graduate programs, that BPP program, which is a bridge course for doing the graduate program. But as my university, I have opened it for every course. Because when we have a discussion in the planning board kind of a thing, then people thought that if the open university is not allowing the people to come into the graduation main scheme, which other university will start? So as that kind of a thing, we have started for everybody, and we are trying to do that in our own university. The first question which he asked about the teaching kind of a thing, I just really want to answer, because my university is a small university. It has got some 40 consultants and 10 to 12 professors. But what I found, that if we like to change the culture kind of a thing, earlier I came from an engineering background, so all of us are using internet and all those things. We got some sociology, education, other kind of faculty. So even the Hindi people. So now in my university, everybody types in Unicode kind of a thing. And all the materials, even all the discussions, they have to post on the intranet. And I think in another 2 months, they have learned a lot. That is what I'm feeling. And for that, we used to have a workshop on every Monday kind of a thing. In the evening, even I sit with all the teachers, and then we had a program kind of a thing. But then the adoption with the new generation is too much. And there are professors who are retired, like are with us also. They are also learning on the same pace. Slowly, but they are learning. So I think the people are now interested in doing that kind of a thing.
Third question.
Sir, I have one more.
You want to add some?
Development. In fact, we have been training this development officials, elected representative, civil society organizations, and other bankers and other development functionaries in our country. So we have a challenge before us that about 40 lakh people, out of this, 30 lakhs are elected representative, which is the mandate of our Ministry of Rural Development, and about 10 lakhs are rural development officials, who is directly involved in implementation of our rural development program. So we have recently opened one distance education cell in NARD, and I am heading this cell. So I am struggling with a problem, because our institute is telling that you develop this virtual classroom, you develop some infrastructure, you develop some e-learning material. Of course, I have developed in last 1 year one small course, that is PG Diploma in Sustainable Rural Development. So we have developed only printed material, but I am looking for this conversion of this material into e-learning mode. But I am finding it really very difficult. So I'll be very grateful to all experts are there from the industry. Every day I get 10 vendors. They have been presenting, but when it comes to real presentation of this, actually this e-learning material, I am not able, it is not compatible even in my own NARD infrastructure of this ICT. So I am getting lost that how this rural youth in a different part of the country, they will be using this ICT facility. So I am looking this guidance actually from expert here, that how I can establish this thing, how I can identify these vendors who can help me to develop this e-learning mode, and how we can translate these. We have 100 actually this link institute all over the country. In each state we have a State Institute of Rural Development, and we want to actually convert our training program. They are organizing 1,000 of training program we are organizing in Hyderabad in our headquarters, and of course in 100 institutes also we are organizing another many thousands of training program. So now our planners, our ministry is thinking that we should convert actually this training program on distance mode, so that we can cover actually this considerable number of our officials and elected representatives. So I am looking for guidance actually. Thank you.
Sir, the issues that you have brought up have got many facets to handle. If you have some time after this meeting, I'd like to spend 15 minutes with you and see it's not yet another consultant, yet another vendor. I'd like to discuss with you and see what could be the most optimal solution. Yes, and it is a huge target group to reach. Plus, it requires not only the digitization of your content, but also the delivery mode, as well as the cost implications, as well as the infrastructure optimization. Maybe you would like to leverage with the existing infrastructure of quite a few organizations. So we'll have to sit together and see how different components have to be put in place. So after this, say 15 minutes you have, we'd like to.
Content development thing, there's a lot of plagiarism going on.